Celebrations at the end for Mercedes, Lewis Hamilton, as well as Valtteri Bottas, who won the race, but is going to have to try again next season to see if he can win Formula One world title for the very first time. Lewis is on to 6 now, just 1 away from Michael Schumacher. Shola Rogers has joined us now, and like all of us here, I never predicted that Lewis was going to get to 6 titles in Formula One. Shola, it's great to have you on the show. Remarkable stuff.
Remarkable stuff. It was always going to be about Schumacher. We grew up knowing about Schumacher,
Exactly.
And when Hamilton burst on the scene, we knew he was a good driver, but to be honest, nobody saw this coming. 6 titles, you know, and with the opportunity of even getting the 7th one, if everything continues the way it is, it's such an amazing driver. He has become an amazing man in the process, and I'm just so excited that Formula One is still alive, even after losing out on people like Schumacher and co. Now there's another generation even waiting, you know, in the wings to take over.
When you talk about next gen, I mean, it's no longer next gen. Max is already
Leclerc.
Leclerc is, to me,
all those guys are.
I'm afraid of that guy.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen. If he makes a move and maybe goes to a bigger team, if you know what I mean.
Who's that?
Vettel might even leave for him at
this rate.
With the way it is now, he's starting to look like the #1 driver for Ferrari.
It's looking like that. And, you know, it was a good race yesterday. One of the highlights for me was Bottas doing his business, not caring about any team arrangement. That's the best part. There were no team instructions and all of that. And again, the way he pitted, he quickly got out again. Hamilton had to pit, you know, to try and get someone, what's his name, Vettel and all. But Vettel's biggest issue was the tires that he started with. So he thought he would go a long haul. He couldn't do, he had to pit twice, which was not part of the original plan. But having said that, it was a good race. It was worthy of like a season finale of sorts, although we still have more races to go. To me, yesterday was the climax.
All right.
That's the climax, of course. The title has been won and lost. But yeah, the remainder of the race is going to go to Brazil. There's also Abu Dhabi as well.
Interlagos.
Yeah. All right. So congratulations to Lewis Hamilton, 6-time Formula One world champion. And a lot of people now expecting him to go on and equal Michael Schumacher's record of 7. That's going to be next season. We can't wait for that to come around. Let's move on now and talk about Canelo Alvarez. Saul Canelo Alvarez over the weekend became a 4-division world champion after knocking out Sergey Kovalev in the 11th round in their title fight in Las Vegas. This guy is a beast. Yemi was a bit worried because of the weight difference. But I told Yemi, don't worry, this guy's not going to get blown away because he's an absolute beast. And in the fight proper, Kovalev used, you know, to his advantage, his physical, attributes. But I just knew some way, somehow, it was going to get caught. Yeah. It took a long time, but eventually when Canelo connected, as you can see there was no, coming back for Kovalev.
You're either a genius or crazy to do what Canelo did, you know. Always moving to another weight category and always getting what he wants there. It's amazing how he was able to at least transcend to this level. And I shared Yemi's sentiments, I will not lie to you, because, look, no matter how you look at it, the weight also counts.
Of course.
In this kind of
sport. That's why you have weight classes.
Yeah, it actually does matter in some instances. You know,
not to take anything away from Canelo's victory, he's in good company now. Bernard Hopkins, Sugar Ray Leonard, Roy Jones Jr. But do you think that he chose his opponent wisely? Because to me, Sergey Kovalev,
he's no longer in his prime, we agree, but he's still
it was a good fight.
Yeah,
it was a good fight. It was a good fight. Kovalev was not a pushover.
Not at all.
Round 11.
Yeah.
You know, a few more seconds, and of course, they would have been looking at maybe a decision or something.
Going to the judges' scorecard.
So I don't think he picked a weak opponent. No. I feel that he actually picked someone who could actually also go pound for pound with him, you know, because he also he's a proper boxer's boxer. He's not.
They call him the crusher for a reason.
He's out there, you know, giving you the normal combinations and everything. Yes. Yeah. You know, so I think boxing fans got what they paid for, and not to take anything away from him, like you said, this guy is going to really caused a lot of trouble in this weight category that he has moved up to.
You know, before we leave the matter altogether, is there any fight you would love to see Canelo? I would have loved to say maybe part 3 with Triple
the
G.
trilogy.
Yeah,
It has to be the
yeah,
trilogy.
why not?
These days don't
It has to
look-
be the trilogy.
I
It
want to
has
see
be.
that. I want to see that again. I feel that there's unfinished business.
Of course.
There.
It's been so close. The first
Yeah.
2 fights, very close. The first one was a draw. The second one, Canelo shaded it. And a lot of people still say, nah, Canelo still hasn't beaten.
Even
Yeah,
the first fight,
hands
a lot
down.
of people felt
Yeah.
the first one actually went to
Golovkin,
but it was a draw. Yeah, but-
so I want to see it again. I want to see it in a way that hopefully there will be light and day. Now there will be separation between
Exactly, we don't
both
have
of
any-
them,
We don't
have a clear winner.
Exactly.
But
We need
I want to see. I want to see part 3.
I want to see part 3 as well, so we need a conclusive finish this time around, so we don't get to argue afterwards about judges' decision and all that. So, it is congratulations to Saul Canelo Alvarez, who's now won titles in the super welterweights, the middleweights, the super middleweights, as well as the light heavyweights. The WBO belt now belongs to him, and Shola wants to see him go back to the middleweights and take on Gennady Golovkin. That's it for boxing. Let's move on with the show and come back home and talk about the Nigeria Women's Professional Football League. Came to a conclusion yesterday, and no surprises, Rivers Angels are champions again. They played against our Conference Queens in the final. It was a close one, but they managed to win 1-0.
Common penalty.
Exactly, and finals are always very difficult and tight.
I think they had their goalkeeper to tank.
Okay.
A couple of decent saves. Confluence Queens did try to come back into that game, but at the end of the day, Rivers Angels did what they had to do.
Everybody knows that you could go to sleep and expect at least 1 trophy per season for Rivers Angels.
Right.
You go check the past 10 years. It's been like that. So when you see those kind of matchups, you're like, okay, except something new happens in Nigerian women's football, it will always be at least Rivers Angel getting something out of it. So congratulations to them. They actually deserve it.
Yeah.
They have invested heavily in women's football. And
They have some of the best players.
Yeah.
National team players.
National team
Exactly.
Former national team coach.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know,
So, I mean,
What do you
they're
expect?
condemned to winning.
There are times when you look at the Rivers Angels lineup and you can predict the Super Falcons lineup.
Exactly.
But now that a lot of...
You could almost be forgiven
Yeah.
if you think it was either the Falconers or the Super Falcons playing.
True.
When you see Rivers
True,
Angels.
very true.
Celebrations at the end there. Now the captain lifted the trophy for the 7th time. That's a record, obviously. And congratulations to Rivers Angels. When you've had a long season and you end up being champions, you get to see this kind of celebration.
Long season, tired.
Long season in quotes.
I have
to put that in quotes.
Let's
Yeah,
just
you're
keep
right.
the same energy that we had.
All right, let's take post-match reactions and the thoughts of Rivers Angels player Evelyn Woboku, as well as an official of Confluence Queens.
Want to win, and remember we lost in the ITO Cup. It wasn't a good one. We were very sad about it, but as champions we have to move forward. So we said we're going to give out our best in the Super 4. We can't just go trophyless for the year. And we're glad and we're excited we won today.
What I thought my team did not do right today is our inability to use the opportunity that came our way. We had a penalty, and the Rivers had a penalty. They utilized the penalty, and we had a penalty. We were unable to utilize us. I think that is the area I faulted my team today.
Yeah, that's the coach of Confluence Queens. It wasn't meant to be for them on the day. They had a penalty, which they missed. When Rivers had theirs, they didn't make any mistake.
I'd like to commend the organizers of the league for at least putting up a show for the finals, because, we like to stay balanced. Let it not be like every time you're just hitting them when they do wrong. Here, I saw something nice on TV now. I pray they can at least build on this.
Yeah,
hopefully.
It's all about building on this.
Since you talked about the organizers,
Right.
let's just go listen to Aisha Falode, chairperson of the Nigeria Women's
Professional League.
Women's Football League. Listening to what she has to say, whether it matches up with what Shola just said, and we'll come back for more on Sports this morning.
Yeah, I would say the objectives have been met. We had 2 teams who really were fighting to be the champion of the season 2018-2019. We had two teams in the Super 4 that were making their debut, Bayelsa Queens and Adamawa Queens and Confidence Queens of Kogi. We also had a final that had a debutant and those who have won it before we came in as board members or as a board, who really have missed out in the last two editions. They are the new champions, that is talking about Rivers Angels. We saw the support that we got from the fans. We had two cabinet ministers who witnessed the final of the Super 4, and it has never happened before. So we thank the Minister of Sports, Sunday Dari, who was here. We also say thank you to Her Excellency, the Honorable Minister of Women Affairs, Bim Pauline Talent. We also want to thank the NFL, especially the President of the NFL, Amaju Pinnick, and the Executive Committee of the Secretariat, who have really supported us, given us the platform.
All right, that's Aisha Folode. Obviously happy. All is well that ends well, so they say.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
I think they can look forward to other things.
So a better one next year. That's what it's about.
That's the prayer. Let's build on our successes. Let's not always just take one step forward and 10 steps back. You don't want to see this now and then next season.
You see something lower.
You don't. Right. You want to see better.
All right, then let's move on from the Women's Football League and let's go to the guys. The guys are returned to action yesterday after a long break. Am I right this time around? Long break?
Very long break.
Forced long break.
Yeah, they're back. Match day 1 of the Nigerian Professional Football League. Let's run through the results.
The results, a lot of interesting results. My pick was MFM, but let me just quickly try to run through this. Wiki Tourist defeated Gawa Golden Stars 2-1. You have Plateau United, that's our feature match. We're going to show you the pictures later on. Defeated Lobby Stars 3-1.
I'm shocked.
The other force played a 1-1 draw with Aqua Starlets. I think they said the name has changed. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah,
Pillars,
the Carter now.
Pillars and Rivers United's headed goalless. That was the game everybody was talking about.
Expected.
Heartland and MFM. MFM went all the way to Owerri.
It was more or less like MFM versus MFM. In a way.
In a way, because the former manager of MFM now.
And a couple of MFM players too.
Still with the Nazi Millionaires now. FC Fanyuba had a 1-0 victory over Adamawa United. Warri Wolves and Akwa United played a 1-1 draw. Abia Warriors defeated visiting Katsina United 2-0. Shola, your pick. Before we take a look at the pictures, quickly.
The pick for me, 2 games, Plateau United versus Lobby. Lobby is not a small team when it comes to Nigerian football. I'm shocked that they could concede that much. But of course, MFM on the road.
Yeah.
In spite of what we've said about them in recent years,
yes,
and bad travelers, and all
a lot of people are even like, oh, who's the new coach? They don't know him. What's his pedigree?
So someone said he doesn't have swag.
He doesn't have
Fidelis.
We've heard all sorts of things, But you see, I'm glad that all the friendly games are paid off now, because they have all kept themselves busy playing one preseason tournament or the other. And at least all the teams seem to have hit the ground running. We have won a away victory in the first week of the season. Let us continue to have these transparent results, because I have not heard a single controversy this weekend.
All right, that's
Usually you hear, oh, the referee did this or this.
But that's a rhetoric. Every losing manager is going to talk about the referee.
No. It's okay if you complain because you lost, but people come out with all sorts of negatives. This weekend, I have not one single negative about the NPFL, so congratulations to everybody.
Hopefully they can keep it that way. But when it always gets really, really, really tricky is when the season is rounding off and teams are desperate to
get
Europe.
Points.
We start hearing a lot of conspiracy theories
to stay up
and all that.
Or to stay up to avoid relegation. I will send pictures from highlights from that game and Plateau United.
Nice goal.
Goalkeeper
made the wrong choice, wrong timing.
Wrong timing, and it took full advantage of that one.
All right. I think we should go on a break. Okay, let's allow you to enjoy. That's what we should do. Chola talked about this game. Surprised that Lobby Stars were able to concede 3 goals. So let's allow you to enjoy this game. Probably go on a break from there. Then we take it from there, and we'll continue with the show.
Actually, as you can recall, last season we struggled. And the beginning of the struggle is our first match against Ifeanyi. We drew here, and it caused a lot of confusion, and that put too much pressure on the team. And before we recover in an abridged league, it becomes so difficult. We escape relegation by whiskers. And that is why this time around, we say we have another home match to start with. We have to start well. We don't have any option. We told the boys that we don't want to repeat last season's scenario. And even after the win, I told them not just a win, but a win that can put us on the top of the table on the first day. That was our target. We wanted to score more in the second half, but it's unfortunate. But we are happy we scored 3-1. We hope no team have scored with this margin.
Welcome back to Channel Sport this morning. Let's talk about the Nigerian club sides that were in action yesterday. That's Enyimba and Rangers International. Both have advanced into the group stage of the CAF Confederation Cup. For Enyimba, they went to South Africa, took on TS Galaxy. You'd say they won 2-1, 4-1 on aggregate after winning the first leg 2-0. And that's a very decent scoreline because a lot of people weren't impressed with the first leg results against TS Galaxy. Why not in the APSA Premiership?
I know in the top flight.
Decent is like even trying to play down this achievement. I think it's a massive, massive result for Nigerian football and for Enyimba as a team because TS Galaxy were champions of South Africa.
Cup champions.
Champions.
Yeah,
champions.
that's what, yes, champions.
Even if they were not playing in top flight when they won the league and all of that, but they actually had a fairy tale run to the end of the season, TS Galaxy. So they deserve to be where they were. And if they had done the same thing to Enyimba, everybody would go to town on this. But now that Enyimba did the home and away victory thing, it's a big deal, and we must commend the entire Enyimba team, the players and the management team of Enyimba and the coaching crew. I think it's an amazing result.
Are you
for them to have
that
done this.
impressed with Rangers? They did what they had to do, but I felt they were like walking on thin ice.
Yes, they were walking on thin ice, but the thing about it is that they got the required result, and now they're in the group stage.
1-0, away goes.
They just did what they had to do.
Yeah.
However, we would like to let them know now that at this stage now, they cannot afford to play the way they played against
in the group stage.
No, they can't. They can't afford to do that because
that's where the real deal is.
This is where you get to separate the men from the boys,
right.
And the more victories they get, the more money that comes to them. So,
to the club.
So they need to at least take this one take it like it's business.
Of course. So that's it there for Enyimba and Rangers. They're through to the group stage, and the draw for the group stage will be done on November 10. That's going to be in Cairo. That's how we get to know the opponents of Enyimba and Rangers in the CAF Confederation Cup. Let's move on before we go to the papers. Let's touch up on South Africa, the remarkable thing that they did on Saturday, winning the Rugby World Cup for a third time, equaling the record of the All Blacks. And South Africans, of course, were super ecstatic after that very convincing win over England in the final. Shola Rogers, we had you here just before the final, and you were pretty confident that South Africa have what it takes, have what it takes to win the title, and that's exactly what they've done. And you can see the celebrations in South Africa, from Free State to Limpopo to everywhere. Soweto,
Joburg,
Gauteng,
Randstad, every part of South Africa, and even outside South Africa, it was buzzing and rocking. Even Japan felt it like an earthquake because, they actually had a huge turn-up of South Africans traveling to go watch the finals. I'm so Mpipi there. I'm so impressed with the way they played out on the left. There was this exchange of passes that showed us the beauty of rugby 15s.
Look at that try from Chesney
all the
Colby.
way. Yeah, and this actually made him, to win the award. Now he's now the world Rugby Player of the Year. He won the award yesterday at the World Rugby Awards.
And even the coach, Rassi Erasmus as well.
Erasmus also won Coach of the Year and everything. And Andre Pollard, Andre Pollard had an amazing World Cup, 69 points. Wow. That's what he raked in for South Africa at the Rugby World Cup. Sia Kolisi.
This moment,
this
black
is history in the making right here. This, like he said, he wanted to inspire, and he has done that. Now, Sia Kolisi actually has some links to Nigeria. A few months ago, I would say months ago, but barely 2 or 3 years ago, they actually came around and they came to play with the Nigerian team and train with them and all of that. Sia Kolisi was part of that team, and so we want to at least farms and say, hey, a brother has done it. He had always felt that he could do it at the level, but meant to be the captain of the box at the World Cup, it's big, it's huge.
There's no sport that has unified South Africa like rugby since 95.
Yeah. And they have this 12-year thing going on that,
95?
Yeah, the 12 years. But I pray that the box don't wait another 12 years
to get a next title.
To get it.
Hopefully
It was nice, I saw the President Ramaphosa, they had given him a jersey in the morning, Sia Kolisi had given him a jersey in the morning. That's what he went to change to, and he came on the pitch. He was just, with the boys and everything. It was all around beautiful and a good way to end the Rugby World Cup.
Absolutely.
I'm so pumped, and I'm glad that now a lot of Nigerians are actually taking interest in rugby.
Quick one, Shola. How close is Nigeria from playing at this level? Just 1 minute.
How close?
How close is Nigeria?
We're not that close yet, but we're making progress. Hopefully this week we're going to play the Olympic qualifiers in South Africa, but it's not 15s. It's usually 7s and all of that. But that's another exciting.
In a matter of years, how close? In a matter of
years. Oh, that's what you wanted. I was trying to avoid it.
But in a matter of
it's dangerous. It's dangerous for me to answer this. I hope that we can do this in 8 years' time.
8 years.
I hope so.
Wow.
I hope so.
On this level.
That's the.
I'm not saying win the World Cup, but I'm saying be amongst the best in the world. Yes.
At least qualify for the World Cup.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's go to the papers now, Yemi.
All right, papers. Let's start with Complete Sports, the Monday edition, and let's go straight into Complete Sports. And Arsenal deny Mourinho talks. He has refused to die. Osimhen, I want to be better than Drogba. That's a tall ambition from Victor Osimhen. A lot of other interesting stories. Aubameyang considering Arsenal exit, and Ndidi now top tackler in the EPL. I mean, what's your take on this one? Maybe the Aubameyang story. I think the club has let him down. Keeps on performing. He's surrounded by a lot of players. I don't know.
He's surrounded by players who are not stepping up, and a coach that seems to be confused as to how to take Arsenal to the next level. The Arsenal brand and the Arsenal team and the Arsenal pedigree is suffering under Unai Emery, and I don't know how long he's going to be there for.
This one,
Jose Mourinho might shock us, but I don't see him in an Arsenal dugout. I can't picture it. I don't know. But it's
never say never.
Impossible is nothing.
Exactly.
Because like when he was going to get the United job, I heard that he had a dossier on the entire United team, and that's why he sent ahead of him. And when they saw that he had broken down the entire team and shown them what he could do and achieve, he got it.
Of course, everyone knows what this guy can do. He's a serial winner.
Ozil is so rich. He's made so much money from football that if he takes his job, it's not even about the money. It's just about him wanting to do what he knows.
Personal ambition.
Ambition, and that's what we don't know.
And he will win trophies. He just has to win.
We don't know whether Arsenal can match that ambition. That's my only problem. If he goes there and it's just a top 4 battle, then I'm afraid it's going to end in tears again. Let's move on to Sport and Life now. Crystal Palace are losing against Leicester. Leicester are looking good right now, and people are starting to think perhaps they can actually, win a second Premier League title. But fingers crossed, we'll see how that pans out. Bayern Munich sack Kovac is out of the job after 16 months in charge. This guy won the double last season, and this season, they're 4th on the log. They're not doing as well as they should be doing. And Bayern have pulled the trigger. Are you surprised they've done it so fast?
I am surprised. I knew that it was going to come good. I knew that no matter what position Bayern is, they won't finish in fourth position. They would still win the league.
Somehow.
It's Bayern Munich. They will still win the
so
league.
have they
Not necessarily
sacked him?
because of the quality of Bayern, but the quality of others.
Yeah.
That must be said.
Shola,
I agree with you, Yemi. It actually has to do with the quality of Bayern
they are
as
by
a team.
far the better players.
Player by player analysis, break it down compared to Dortmund or any
other
other
team, you're right.
Bundesliga team. Bayern is better.
We're looking at two sides of the coin. Unfortunately, we don't have time. If the others were good enough, Bayern will come back.
All right, so that's it. That's the end of the road for Niko Kovac, who leaves Bayern Munich after 16 months.
He might get a job
charge.
in England soon.
So that's another opening there for Jose Mourinho. It's just out there waiting in the wings and waiting for
Won't be a
the
bad
right
idea, though.
projects.
Won't be a bad idea for him.
All right, we'll see. Last paper for review is the Sporting Son Arsenal fans to Emery. Sell Xhaka and buy Ndidi. Of course, Ndidi is the best defensive midfielder in the world right now. Arguably the best tackler, unarguably. The best interceptor, unarguably. So it's only right Arsenal fans want this
The only
guy.
problem
What
I see
is-
with Ndidi is like, is it because he's Nigerian or is he African that he's not getting the accolades that he deserves?
Of course, you know why.
You know, because I don't get it. Like Ndidi and Mane, to me, these are the best midfielders out there today. If you had those kind of guys in your team,
Wow.
fire.
Okay,
gotta go.
Gotta go. Yanacha trains like an animal, but that's according to Rogers. I don't know
Roger,
what he's talking about.
what a story. Shola, I just want to thank you for your time on the show.
From one Rogers to
To
another.
the other. No relations of yours, though, obviously.
We're kind of related,
From where? A
little distant.
distant.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of your day. We enjoyed this. We're going to see us again tomorrow. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Bye-bye now.
I am Tayo Salam. Enjoy the rest of your day.